Small business is about courage, risk-taking, independence, and we small business owners are survivors. Everybody has an idea for a business, but how do you take that idea from mind to market? This is the place to learn.
Small Business School with Hattie Bryant.
It's a new kind of school. Together we'll learn about business from the inside out, from the people who've done it. We'll meet the men and women who are today's pioneers and quiet heroes. Their lives are the textbooks. Our classroom is the world.
Small Business School is made possible by support from IBM. We're not just for big business anymore. At our website, discover how technology can move your business forward. When it's your business, everything matters. IBM. And the United States Postal Service, delivering the promise to America's 23 million small and growing businesses. There's no wait at the post office in your own office. USPS.com is waiting for you.
Hi, I'm Hattie Bryant. Our mission here is to foster the success of small businesses and those who dream of owning their own business by showing them how others have solved business problems, have become even more creative and knowledgeable within their expertise, and have taken very calculated risks to follow their dreams. Deborah St. Clair was disappointed and shocked to discover that her favorite peppermints contain beef gelatin, so she decided to make her own mints and become a competitor. From one of America's hotbeds for creativity, Boulder, Colorado, comes a story of St. Clair's Organic Sweets. You'll learn how passion put a product on hundreds of store shelves. I first saw this little tin in a Philadelphia gift shop. I was fascinated and decided to chase down the inventor.
Well, both of my parents were entrepreneurs. My father had a lumber company, my mother had a nursery greenhouse. I was the only child. So guess what? I didn't get to share the imprinting with many people. It all came directly to me. In fact, my father told me, "You're so stubborn, you probably won't ever be able to work for anyone else. You'd better learn how to make your own business." And so when he died, I was 22 years old. I took the money that he had left to me, and I started my first company, which was an herbal company. I made sachets and potpourris. In fact,
this is Deborah St. Clair, the inventor of organic sweets and founder of the company, EcoNatural.
I've been tracking Altoids. I've been using Altoids, or I had been using Altoids, since I was probably in my mid-20s.
Consuming them.
Consuming them,
Yeah,
eating
okay.
them.
All right, okay.
Right. A breath mint. It was just a strong breath mint.
Right.
It just happened to be strong.
Right.
Well, I liked strong peppermint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an herbalist. I've been an herbalist for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw Altoids in a health food store, which was my territory, I said, wait a minute, no. This industry needs a peppermint, a very strong peppermint that is in harmony with its principles.
Okay, what's out of harmony with this product?
White sugar, beef gelatin. For a vegetarian, this is not a good product.
So you were eating beef gelatin.
And I didn't know it. I just bought it because it was a strong peppermint.
Most vegetarians who would make that discovery would say, okay, I can't eat Altoids anymore. That's off my list, and go get a lifesaver. They wouldn't start a company.
But I liked strong peppermints, and also there was another reason. I was looking for a product that I could sell over and over and over again, that was non-spoilable, non-seasonal. It could be marketed to any country in the world with low education.
What got you to the point in your life where you were that definitive about a product that you wanted to make? You must have been doing other things.
Right. I had been practicing herbal medicine for 20 years.
What does that mean?
Had been
What is
designing
practicing
company.
herbal medicine?
I had been, well, actually, it wasn't really practicing, it was teaching herbal medicine. I was looking around for, okay, what do I do with my life now? I've done gift products. I've done, you could call them medicinal extracts.
Is this like hocus pocus, or is this for real?
Oh no, this is absolutely for real. Okay. Absolutely. These plants work, and they were our first form of medicine. Mm-hmm. They've been used for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I know how to create businesses, I know how to create companies, and I know how to design products. What kind of product could I design that is easy to sell, will sell over and over again in markets all over the world, and is low education? With the botanical extracts, it's very high education. You have to educate people. Think of all the questions you just asked me. Oh. It's like, what is it? How does it work? All of these things have to be told. But a peppermint? Hattie, a peppermint.
I need
Everybody knows what a peppermint is
and
for.
we all need one.
And they all need them.
And we all want them.
Right.
You don't have to convince us to
Right.
use a breath mint.
Right. and it doesn't spoil. And you don't have to teach people, so much.
The cause Deborah is most interested in is the preservation of the medicinal plant knowledge of indigenous peoples. The current project is in the Amazon basin of Peru, where land has been purchased to save a wide variety of plants for research.
10% of the profits flow to the Ethnomedicine Preservation Project.
What is a socially responsible company?
It's a company that has a mission statement that keeps it in line with things that are good for the planet. So, a socially responsible company. Let me just tell you how ours is socially responsible. I use ingredients in my product that I feel comfortable giving to my own children. The base of our product, organic molasses granules, is better than refined white sugar. Again, you ask me, what about Altoids is different? They use white sugar, they use beef gelatin. I use organic molasses granules. It's a totally vegetarian product. So I made myself a niche in that respect. How could I be different with a strong, powerful breath mint? My situation at the point that I started this company is that I had recently divorced, I had 2 children, I had to find a way to make my living as well as carry the responsibility for this huge project and create a company and a product line. So the whole weight of everything that happens in the first point of financial stability was above me, like this.
Deborah.
Everything was to grow into.
Why didn't you go get a job?
Remember, I told you about my father. You're too stubborn to work for anyone else. You'd better do it yourself. Because I'm a leader. I don't follow well. Okay. I'm the point on the tip of the spear.
You had to create your own.
I had to. This is what I do. This is the way I arrange my life.
All right. So how did you put the money together to make it happen?
It's very interesting that almost the moment I made that decision, within a week I heard about a conference in Washington, D.C. It was an organization called Businesses for Social Responsibility. Well, if it's a conference on businesses for social responsibility, there might be some investors hanging out there too. Let's go see what the next day brings. I caught the eye of a very distinguished looking woman sitting at a table, and she looked at me and there was interest there, and as I passed she said, "Sit down, tell me what you're about, tell me what you're doing." So I talked to her and told her my story and what I wanted to do with the project in Peru, and that we wanted to buy rainforest land so that we could preserve the medicinal plants, so that we could work with the indigenous peoples and understand what they knew. I talked to her about the problems that you can lose all those generations of knowledge in one single generation. And so she looked at me and said, "We need to talk further." And we talked 2 other times, and at the end of that journey, she wrote me a check for $10,000 and said, "Go do it." People who believe in you are very, very important, and to be able to tell your story in such a way that you can communicate that you're going to stay with it until it's done is very important. And if you're not sure that you can do that, then don't take your investors in.
Why did you invest in this company?
There were several things that really were interesting. Number one, I came from a background, my father was a chiropractor, and we were raised on natural foods and that sort of thing. And the foods always tasted awful. I was very excited about supporting a product that was good for you and also tasted good.
I went to the Chamber of Commerce and said, "I'm a woman entrepreneur. I'm struggling. I've got a good idea and I've proven it can sell. Where can I get money? Because no bank is going to touch me with a 10-foot pole." So they put me in touch with a man who helped people put together their applications for the Small Business Administration. And he guided me through the process along with another man from one of the local community colleges. So community colleges are also a place where you can go get free business advice.
Right.
And believe me, when you're starting out, get as much free business advice as you can, because the advice you pay for is probably no better. Where can I find a bank that will say yes? Right. And then it was the bank dance. It's like, go to this bank. They say no, go to this bank. They say no, go to this bank. They say no. So what I did when I had done the whole circuit of banks that were preferred SBA lenders is when they all said no, I went back to the first one and I said, "Please reconsider, because I'm going to do this. With or without you, I'm going to do this." They said no again. And I said, "You know what? That's my bank. I've already put 4 businesses through that bank. They don't have a right to say no to me." I went back in and said, "No, I'm not going to accept your no. I'm going to do this. I've proven that this product can sell. I've put lots of money through your bank in my past businesses. You need to give me a loan and make it work." And Hattie, they said yes. Bank loans are hard to get on a startup company when your product's not in the marketplace. Remember, I had $150 and $80,000 of my investment money in before my product was released into the marketplace. So this was a huge leap of faith. This is a sacrificial art. And I haven't even thought about it that way so much, but I ran into an old friend of mine recently who had just sold his company. And he and I were talking about the immense sacrifice that is required to get a business up and going in this day and age, and even in the past 5 years. It's a lot. It's long hours. It's complete responsibility. The responsibility of this company is sitting on these two shoulders. This is a responsibility that is not light. And so that follows you home at night. It lives in your gut. It lives in your mind. It lives in your consciousness. And so sometimes, you know, the birthday party is missed, or the school play, or the this, or the that. And my children, you know, they've used strong words sometimes. Mom, you weren't there the other night. Well, we did 3 big pilot batches, and I did a very big pilot batch and said, okay, we're ready to go. Put your big machinery on it, let's go. So my packaging was done, my market rollout was planned, everything was absolutely set and ready, and the market was open, and I had sold $60,000 worth of this product before I ever had the product finished. So I knew that it was going to sell. I knew the concept was right, the timing was right. I got a call from the plant. They said, Deborah, you'd better come down and taste this. I went in, and the whole batch tasted like quinine. And I said, oh my God, now what?
Did you sit down and cry?
Almost,
Yeah.
almost, because I'm looking at, this is the investment money of my dear beloved investors who've trusted in me to make this right. Now what do I do? But I always know that whatever problem is there, you can get past it. You just have to go around the wall, over the wall, or dig under the wall. I didn't realize until that point that the contract packager that I had hired also had contract manufacturing capability for a product similar to this. I didn't know that they had the equipment for that because I had hired them just to package it. But they said, let us try it here. They tried it there. They gave me a tablet that I could live with, and we went on from there, and they became our first contract manufacturer. And so I had to save my launch because, again, I was ready for market launch. Right. I called my distributors and said, we've had a little hiccup. We're going to be about 3 weeks late, but we got it into the marketplace.
Okay, so this is the first tin, and it doesn't have your name.
Right. Hattie, when I began, I wasn't sure I wanted to run a company, and I certainly wasn't going to put my name on it until I found out if people were going to like it. And so the peppermint started out as organic peppermints, period, no brand name. There was this empty space in the blue sky up in the corner of my tin that didn't say anything because I thought maybe I'm going to want to sell this product once I prove that it works to another company and they'll want to put their own brand on it. But when I started designing the follow products, the following flavors to the peppermint line, that's when I decided, hey, now where's my continuity? This is where I have to decide, am I going to sell this product to another company and let them do the marketing and sales and me just manufacture or whatever? Or should I put my name on it and make it go through the industry with my name? And that's when I put the name on it.
Why St. Clair and not EcoNatural?
EcoNatural solutions would be hard to fit. It's a simple.
It wouldn't fit on the corner.
It wouldn't fit on the corner. What would fit? And what was nice and what was classy? St. Clair's was classy. It was a classy name. And the reason it's St. Clair's is because my patron saint, whatever, is St. Clair of Assisi, that worked with St. Francis of Assisi. And so I thought,
so you have a spiritual connection to your name.
Absolutely, as well. And she did wonderful work in the world, wonderful philanthropic work. And when I see that name on those packages, I remember that this product has a reason. These are peppermints with a purpose.
Okay, trademarks, brands, copyrights.
Trademarks, brands. First of all, that's the brand name now.
Patenting.
The brand name is St. Clair's Organic Sweets because once I got the other products, they had to have something that tied them all together.
Right.
So that was pretty easy. So in terms of trademarking works by you get the product in the marketplace, and if it's successful in the marketplace and no one challenges it after a certain amount of years, then you can make it registered.
The first product, Truly Organic Peppermints, began selling in March 1994. Today, there are 9 flavors, annual sales of $2 million, 12 employees, and 57 sales reps. In the beginning, all the manufacturing was done by outside contractors. Now, the tablets are made in-house while the rolls are outsourced. Deborah formulates all the products and discusses a new flavor with Rick Werner, Vice President of Operations.
All right. You asked me about new product development, so taste this.
Okay, so this
And
is
Rick,
brand.
taste
This is brand new.
This is brand new. Taste it. What do you think?
I think it's wonderful.
What do you think?
Could be stronger.
Could be stronger?
No, stronger.
Tangier.
No, it needs more tang.
Now, how do you make it more tangy?
Now, Hattie, that's for me to know and you never to find out.
You mean that's a secret?
That's a secret.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the part of product development that you don't share with your competitors or your customers or everything.
I heard that you're a vice president.
That is correct.
All right, what do you do day to day? What's your
Day
responsibility?
to day, I have several responsibilities. My primary responsibility right now is sales and marketing, but I also continue to do the controller function, which is what I was originally hired to do, and I still oversee operations, that is production and manufacturing.
Okay, when you came in as a controller, and then people started saying, Jim or Deborah said, hey, you can do more, you can do more. How did you react to that?
Give me more, give me more.
You want more?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
all right. Jim Williams invested early on and today is the CFO.
So I was already a stockholder. I was already on the board of directors, and I, volunteered or whatever to come to Boulder and help her as an officer in any capacity that I could.
Never a dull moment, huh?
Oh, in a small business, it's never a dull moment, and that's important. People must enjoy that kind of environment if they want to be successful in small business.
Ed Thomas is Director of Manufacturing and an investor. What's holding you all back
What's holding
from
it?
growing?
Oh, capital.
Yeah.
Like most small companies.
Yeah.
Like I said, we take every penny we have and dump it back into the company, which always leaves us short on cash, but you got to grow the company when there's a chance to. So
So everybody here understands that, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And we're all betting on the come.
Oh yeah, we're all betting, especially people who own shares.
Dan Olson, Director of Sales and Marketing, explained how easy global business has become.
It's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
It's a piece of cake.
So the world is getting smaller.
The world's getting smaller and it's getting cheaper. It doesn't cost much at all.
I've been with the company since the beginning when we were in a little garage up in the mountains with a 100.
Chris Jacobs is the general manager. Are they breath mints or are they candy?
Well, primarily I would say we're an organic candy company. The breath mints are a piece of it, and a lot of people think of us as breath mints, but we have a variety of flavors. And
What is exciting to you about the future?
I want to see this company in a lot of international markets. We've done a little bit here and there, but I'm really excited about seeing it really booming in that direction. And I want St. Clair's to be a household name.
Can you teach somebody in 30 seconds or less, or 2 minutes or less, how to have the right energy to attract the right people?
Believe in what you're doing. And that's going to attract the right people because they realize that you're focused on a goal and you're going to get there.
Okay, but you didn't have a bunch of money to offer.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And so their wages were not the best in the world, but I gave them flexibility, and if they needed to have a day off, I gave them everything that I could in exchange for them working at a lower wage, which wasn't bad. I started everybody out $7 an hour even 5 years ago, and they quickly went to 12. I mean, it's not something where I'm going to keep them in poverty. I always made sure that my people were paid to the best of my ability, and that if I couldn't give them insurance and other kinds of health coverage in the early years, at least I gave them flex time, and that if they had a need, it was understood and honored.
Audacity, confidence, belief, and fantastic communication skills have won money in markets for Deborah. But where do all these qualities come from? If I wanted to make an organic sweet, I would have no idea where to begin. This is a classic example of a new business not really being new to the owner at all. Deborah has been studying herbs, healing, nutrition, and alternative medicine for over 20 years. She has already experienced success in other businesses, all related to what she's doing today. Her confidence and belief come from her vast experience. On top of that, she is working for something which is much bigger than EcoNatural. She is working to support the Ethno-Medicine Preservation Project, which is buying land to preserve the medicinal plant knowledge of indigenous cultures. Why is this an excellent business strategy? First, Customers like to buy products when they know some profits are going to a good cause. And second, the cause keeps the entire company jazzed about what they're all doing. It especially works on Deborah. People who suffer from feelings of uselessness are often urged to go out and do something for someone else. There is something magical about doing for others. There is no time for whining. There's always time to be on a mission. Let's all stay focused on our mission and make the world a better place. If you focus all your attention on yourself and how much money you and each employee is going to make, cynicism sets in. Deborah is enthusiastic about indigenous medicine. This wakes her up every day, and she's giving the vegetarians of the world a strong peppermint to displace Altoids. She's good. She's getting two things done at once. That's efficient, and that's smart. At smallbusinessschool.org, there is self-help study for people who want to start a business and for those who want to grow the business they have. From the home page, choose Steps to Start or Steps to Grow. Next, you'll find 8 steps or stages of growth. At each step, you'll find links to more resources. Also, from the home page, you can choose Learn Online for access to streaming video and interactive study guides.
I love this one by Gandhi because this, to me, is the essence of being an entrepreneur. If I have the belief that I can do it, I shall surely acquire the capacity to do it, even if I may not have it at the beginning. That is the mantra of an entrepreneur. You're not going to know how to do everything at the beginning, especially if this is your first time around the pike. These quotes don't just serve my consumers, they serve me. These keep me going.
What is the future of EcoNatural?
I have 15 to 20 lines of products that I can bring out. Now, when I look at the future, I look at the future of how am I going to get the financing to do that? Do I go with a venture capitalist? Do I go to investment bankers? Do I think about doing a direct public offering? Do I think about doing an initial public offering? Well, with Dr. Jim on board, I have the skill set to help me make those decisions. So probably for us, it's gourmet mass market, to take this product even deeper into the food distribution chain. Mm-hmm. And then beyond that, it's the development of other products. And so I have other product lines just waiting, and they're breeding in my mind right now as we speak.
Right.
I know that I'm going to be doing something with children's products. I know that I'm going to be doing more work with medicinal products. I know that I'm going to be doing more work with ecologically sound products. And that's all I'm going to tell you. And that's the future.
How do new businesses get attention? Marketing advisor John Wargo has an idea. Deborah St. Clair is like so many of us in small business, in that she has a wonderful product, but nobody knows her name yet. How do I, as a small business owner, build a brand or get people to look at what I send them if they've never heard of me? I mean, do I have to startle them? What do I have to do?
Yes.
I do?
You have to be creative. You do.
Okay.
You have to break through the clutter because you are competing with companies who do have brand equity, who over the years have spent millions and millions of dollars to show who they are with a logo, with initials, with a name. They've given themselves a competitive advantage. Small businesses need to recognize that. So yes, you do need to be creative.
Okay, is this good? Do you like that?
Well, it's creative. I think this begs to be open and read. One way to capture the imagination of the recipient is to have a very complex package with a lot of variety in it.
So
Makes
it's like
it
I can't
interesting.
wait to open
Can't
it
wait
up?
to open.
It's like,
Can't-
what's in there?
And can't wait to read. It's a present.
It's a present.
And people love it.
Now, this is interesting. This guy that I don't know started sending me postcards. It's different on the front every time, but it's the same
Right.
here every time.
Well, what he's done is he's sending you a consistent message. He is available to help you. He is attempting to establish a relationship with you. Small businesses need to look at establishing a relationship with the target audience. You don't have the same target audience as these people. So once you establish your target audience, once you capture their name and their address, you do your database management and you make your repeat mailings, you will begin to get a very high open and read rate. It's mailing, it's database, it's relationship management. you can establish a relationship. It'll be with fewer customers because you're a smaller business, but the relationship will be just as profitable.
John said database marketing is really about relationship marketing, and all strong small companies do this well. Deborah does this, and at the same time, she reminds us that cause marketing works. With every sale, she makes a contribution to her ethno-medicine preservation product, and that's great for her company. What's your marketing strategy? I'll see you next time.
Small Business School is made possible by support from IBM. We're not just for big business anymore. At our website, discover how technology can move your business forward. When it's your business, everything matters. IBM. And the United States Postal Service, delivering the promise to America's 23 million small and growing businesses. There's no wait at the post office in your own office. USPS.com is waiting for you.
If you want to learn more about starting, running, and growing a business, come to our website, smallbusinessschool.org. There's streaming video and interactive study guides. The only way we can compete with big business is to be faster, smarter, and better. We are the engine of the American economy. We create the jobs. Small business is about big commitment. It's about sacrifice and struggle. But we do it because we say, if I don't do this, my life won't be complete.